What's up, guys? You are on the air and off the books with Bethann and Samantha, and today we are back with a Bookopoly update.
Hey.
What is up? So I think right now, only temporarily, Trisha is in the lead.
Only temporarily, though.
Yeah, because
I'm coming up fast.
Bethann's coming up fast. How many points do you have?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Nowhere near.
So
I'm not.
Bethann's not coming up fast.
I'm fighting for last place.
But I'm still right behind Trisha, so she better keep reading, and she better be thankful that I'm in a reading slump right now. Because I have
right now.
Well, I'm supposed to be reading the book for my prompt.
Same.
And I got distracted, and I just finished Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives.
Oh, you finished it?
Which was, yes. Which was ridiculous, but entertaining. It gets the highest stars out of all three of the Friendo books. By Adam Cesare. Cesare.
Take your pick. Ask Adam.
One of those. So, yes, number 2 was pretty good. It basically just picks up where number 1 left off, but...
Immediately?
No, it's like a year later. Oh. It's like after the anniversary
I feel
of
like
Friendo.
This is a great portrayal of 90s slasher film.
It is.
Like, if you really love 90s slasher, like, franchise kind of stuff, like, this has got to be a read for you.
But also, if you, like, hate politics and you want nothing to do with politics, it's gonna probably annoy you. Because it's very political.
Oh,
like,
is
it's very, like, yes, very political.
Huh.
Like, you'll know if you read it.
That's all for you to decipher, not for us to say anything about.
I will say that I liked number 1 more. I felt like it was more slasher-y.
Uh-huh.
Especially, like, the, you read it, right? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Especially with, like, the Cornfield Party Massacre thing that went on. This was just kind of like a bunch of the survivors in different places and the friendos following them around and stalking them. Yeah, so it was all right. I don't agree that it got higher rating than the first one, though.
It doesn't sound like... I don't know. I like when everybody's all together in one place, like, fighting for...
And then, like, I had read
life.
This book, like, 2 years ago. I read number 1, I think. So I didn't super remember all of the characters except for the main girl.
Yeah.
But I feel like you don't really have to...
know everybody except her, really.
Yeah.
Are you going to read the third one?
The third one sounds like it's a little bit crazy political-wise. So, it's Clown in a Cornfield 3, The Church of Friendo. Yeah. I think that the murder clown, all the friendos, like, form this, like, culty church, Children of the Corn style, and they go try to hunt down these kids. I might. We'll see. It gets the lowest ratings out of all 3.
Oh, it does? Like, what's the rating?
3.7 on Goodreads.
Not too bad.
But we'll see. Maybe I will give it a shot. But it was a fast read. So, I'm not complaining about that. And then I'm reading, I haven't finished Dead Lake by Darcy Coates.
How far are you?
I'm literally only on the first chapter, but it's also a novella.
Oh, it's a novella?
Yeah, it's like 120 pages.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm reading that, and then I'm literally on the first chapter of No Place Left to Hide, which is book 2. Megan Lally's second book. Her first book was the one that I read for Howard County Reads, and the last prompt that I was on, it's called That's Not My Name. So I'm going to give...
that one.
Yeah, so I'm going to give this one a try, but I don't know. I feel like I need a romantasy. I've been reading a lot of horror.
And your tandem read is waiting on you.
I know. I'm going to have to start it over because I'm only on 3%. Yeah, I'm only on 3%.
Yeah, but 3% for Sarah J. Maas is like...
Yeah, that's true.
800 pages.
That's true. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably start it over. I don't want to read Tower of Dawn, like, whatsoever. But everybody's like, you have to. So I'm like, ugh, okay.
Is it, like, your least favorite characters?
Yeah. Kale and...
Kale?
Kale. It's Chaol, however you want to pronounce that.
Kale?
It's not Cole, it's Kale.
Kale?
Kale. Like Kyle.
Carl.
Carl. We'll call him Carl. Carl Westfall. And his little girlfriend, Nezrin.
What?
I don't care about them at all.
Renezrin?
No, Nezrin.
Oh.
I don't care about him.
Whoa.
I've never cared about him. He's
Nezrin
just
is
the worst.
also awful. Nezrin?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure... I don't know if he ends up with Nezrin or Irene.
Irene and Carl.
Like, Irene and Carl and their buddy Nezrin.
Their little love triangle.
Yeah, but it's just like a side story. Apparently there's important information, but I just think that they're gaslighting me into thinking there's something important in there, and I don't really need to read it.
I feel like, listen, you don't have to finish this series if you don't want to.
I want to finish the series because I know the last book is like tragic, and I want to get to it. And I only have this tandem read, I think, in between it. I could be lying. But I just... it's just so big. I think it's like 1,800 pages altogether.
That's a Brandy Sanderson book.
It's a Brandy Sander.
It's Brandy Sander length.
Okay, yeah. So I just have this tandem read, Empire Storm's Tower of Dawn tandem read, until I get to Kingdom of Ash, which is all I care about. And at this point, it's been like a year, so I feel like maybe I need to reread them.
Dang.
But I'm not going to because I think I remember what happens. So, listen, I'll get there. I'm still waiting on book 6 of ACOTAR to come out, so.
Oh God.
Feel like I can't move until that happens.
I won't be finishing that series.
I also am excited for Darcy Coates' new book to come out, but that's not till August. That is about like the island party. Let me see what it's called. Darcy.
I thought that was already out. The Island?
No, that's Natasha Preston.
Oh gosh, I get them mixed up so much.
Darcy Coates' new book is called Fantastic Fiction. Where are you? But it is kind of giving the vibes of The Island by Natasha Preston. How Bad Things Can Get says it was supposed to be the party of the century, miles of idyllic white sand beaches, lush jungle foliage, and a dark legend nobody dreamed might be all true. When an online influencer and several hundred of his most loyal fans on Prosperity Island, land on Prosperity Island, the plan is simple. 5 days of elaborate games, drinking, and suntan fun. A week in paradise should have been a welcome respite. The only survivor of an infamous cult, Ruth, wants nothing more than to keep her head down and not draw attention. She spent decades outrunning her blood-soaked childhood, and her identity is a closely held secret. But then the true history of the island is revealed, along with its sinister connection to Ruth's past. As guests go missing and games turn deadly, Ruth and the rest of the attendees are forced to question whether they've really been invited to paradise or whether something much darker and far bloodier is waiting for them just beyond the bonfire's light. I think this is going to be a scarier, crazier version of The Island by Natasha Preston because they sound very similar. Both were influencers going to an island and murder happening.
You should read them both and compare.
I've read The Island.
Oh. So you are going to compare.
It was pretty good.
You'll have to tell us.
It was very good for the mental picture of what was happening the whole time.
Was it? I think my thing with Darcy Coates is I want there to be a monster. I don't want to read about.
I think like most of her books are monsters / paranormal, but there's like a few that are not.
Yeah, like the Woods one. I didn't like that.
See, I like the Woods one, but I don't mind paranormal stuff, but I can't like picture it in my head. Like I just need to picture like Michael Myers walking around stalking people, or like when I was picturing the island, it was giving Scooby-Doo Spooky Island.
Oh.
That's all. Movie. That's all I was picturing in my head. You're welcome for that. Insert that there. We can't say what that is because then we'll get copyrighted. That was just a song we made up.
We can't say that either.
No, but I am excited for that book. And also, I keep saying this one book that looks interesting. It's called The Summer Guests by Tess Gerritsen. It keeps popping up on like the fantastic fiction new reads. And I have no idea what it's about, but I just love the cover. I'm scared to do that. I don't think I've hardly ever done that. I don't know.
Do it, peer pressure.
Blindly read a book? That needs to be on a card.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, just like pick a cover you really like.
And just read it.
That
would be difficult.
I'm like, I feel like YA books. I feel like I could do it with a YA book, but I feel like YA books back when like I was YA age were so much better.
It's because you were YA.
That's true. But like now they're just about crazy things and I'm just like, why are, I don't know.
I don't know. Teens are weirder and weirder, but I'm also older and older, so that really puts me at a disadvantage.
Like, what are we doing here? We're getting drunk at parties at age 14?
What are you doing? Yeah, what is happening? You're not supposed to be driving.
I'm going to be playing in the dirt in the backyard.
I still got my baby doll. Yeah. Mud pies.
I'm going to catch me on the trampoline. with my popsicle. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, you could not find me at a party now. Either
you could never find me at a party.
I'd be in the corner asleep, curled up in a chair.
I have other things I could be doing
with my slushie.
My slushie, that's right.
Yeah, my Speedway slushie.
Oh, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, I read some of these like books and I'm like, teens do not do this.
They can't.
They're not. Where are their parents?
Exactly. Where's your adult supervision?
Like even
my mom would and could never.
Yeah, even like the Clown in a Cornfield, like that big old barn party. I'm like, who's actually doing this? Like, I know
probably
it was for
a
school.
lot of people.
I know it was for like the school party or whatever, but I'm like, okay, who has a DJ? Like their own. Like, did this happen? Did I miss middle school or something?
I just feel like a lot of teens lived different lives than we did. Because Dakota's
I was out here in the cornfield.
More strange than mine.
Not at a cornfield party. I was out here in a cornfield.
You could never catch me in a cornfield. The crickets and the locusts and the
and like the giant black spiders with the yellow on them.
Yeah,
the corn spiders.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah,
like you're done.
That couldn't be me.
I'd rather die.
But it literally took me forever to get out of YA, and now that I'm like out of YA, I'm like I can't go back to that unless it's like a YA slasher, and it's specifically I'm very picky about them.
Yeah,
it has to be giving like R.L. Stine, Fear Street vibes,
which you're on the hunt for now,
or Ellie Marney vibes.
Oh yeah, Ellie Marney. That
None Shall Sleep.
Wild.
Otherwise, I'm okay with I'm still okay with like the teen beach romances, but I mean, it's still weird because I'm 28 years old reading about these like 15, 16-year-olds that are in love on the beach.
Yeah,
Like, are you?
Creepies.
I'm gonna go collect seashells.
I was gonna say, I think you should have some other priorities.
Yeah, so I don't know. I need to read this. I'm reading a beach romance. Well, trying to read a beach romance right now. For my prompt by Carly Fortune. It is called something.
Yeah, I'm still on my prompt with the March books, the graphic novels for the display. Because somebody won't let me change displays.
Okay, listen.
Don't listen.
The book is called Meet Me at the Lake, by the way.
Ignore me.
Bethann is still trying. Since the last episode, she's still trying to switch books.
Yes.
On display.
And because of you, now I'm reading some random book because I'm unmotivated.
Just pick the shortest book you can find.
I did. That was this, and I don't want to read it.
Just, how many pages is it?
It's like, I don't know. It's a graphic novel. I have to read 2.
Oh, it's a graphic novel? Just read it. Just pick it up.
Then you better read this one. Miss Distracted.
Listen.
Won't let me pick a new book off a display.
I'm going to read this by the end of the week.
Yeah, sure.
Sunday, I'll be done, ready to roll, and Trisha will be crying in the corner because I'm going to scoot past her.
Yeah, you do that. I'm going to try to scoot past someone.
How many people do you have to scoot past?
Oh, I don't know.
Everyone.
Like, there's such a gap between the lowest and the highest scores.
Is Doug lower than you or higher than you now?
Lower.
Come on, Doug.
You got this, Doug.
Even
though Doug gave a 3-star to Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher, how dare you?
Yeah, now you got Bethann hating on you because you gave Thornhedge a 3-star.
Like what? Why is it such a mediocre rating? Justify yourself.
I feel like the only justification not reading that book at all, like I've never read it, the only reason I would give it 3 stars now, right off the bat, is that it's a novella.
That is that is such a stereotype and so discriminatory.
I am discriminatory about novellas.
No, it's so good and it wraps up so nicely. It's just a Sleeping Beauty retelling if Sleeping Beauty was the villain. And the person who put her there is trying to save her, where they live. Like,
isn't it about a toad?
Her name is Toadling. She's a fairy.
Okay, so she's not a toad.
She can turn into a toad, but she's not a toad.
So Toadling is a fairy. Is the fairy the one that's asleep?
No, Toadling put Sleeping Beauty to sleep.
Okay, so Toadling's bad.
No, Sleeping Beauty is bad.
Oh, okay, Sleeping Beauty's bad.
Sleeping Beauty is the villain, and Toadling is the one who's trying to save everyone.
Got it.
And then a traveler comes along to try to save the princess, quote unquote, because everything's been lost to history and time, the retellings and everything. And so she tells this man, you don't understand, this isn't what you think it is. And so they go through the events that led up to that point, and it is just so whimsical and dark and grim and beautiful, and there's also horror to it, and it's just the perfect amalgamation of every single thing.
I don't love retellings unless they're loosely.
It's very loose.
Okay.
It is.
So maybe
loose.
I want to mind it, but
it's not, because I don't like retellings either. But she does such a good job of taking the story that we know and making it something that I love so much more. Throw Sleeping Beauty out the window. Read this.
My favorite retellings was the well, it's not even really a retelling. I guess it's just the OG stories or whatever. The Once Upon a Time show with Captain Hook.
Yeah, those are retellings essentially.
Yeah. But they're the actual characters. So it's a retelling of the actual character.
Yes. A very loose retelling.
I loved that show up until season 5 or something like that. It started getting a little crazy wackadoodle, but I really liked it.
Yeah, we liked it too.
Liked it for Captain Hook.
Speaking of retellings, I think Kaylee said on our chat that she just got done reading one of T. Kingfisher's books, What Moves the Dead, which is a retelling or a loose retelling of the fall of the House of Usher, which is, I believe, a Poe, right?
Poe, yeah. Poe. Yeah.
Well, listen, now I
think
feel
so.
stupid because I'm probably wrong. But,
All of the House of
and she said she really liked
Edgar
that.
Allan Poe.
Yes. And so that is part of the T. Kingfisher's Sworn Soldier series.
They also just made a show on Netflix about that.
What?
The Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched it, but it looks good.
This one is actually really cool, really creepy. I thought it was really interesting. And it has a lot to do with, like, mushrooms and, like, vegetation and stuff like that. So if you're really into, like, horticulture, I think that's what it's called. Is it horticulture? Now I'm saying stuff I don't know. But you would really like that one as well. The next book in that series is What Feasts at Night. And then there's a third book coming out this fall for that series. So, like, look at all these books you're supposed to be reading, right?
I just want to go, like, my goal in life, which will never be completed because I know I'm not going to do it, is to just go one by one on my shelves and just read
I wish
everything.
I could function like that, but I can't.
I can't function like that either. I'm also a mood reader. I bought these books from Barnes and Noble just for the covers because they were so beautiful. they're like the matte character art covers.
Oh.
Like, you know how they do like the inserts?
Yeah.
It's like that on the cover. And it's like the whole wraparound of the cover.
I love that publishers are taking a lot more account into how they publish books and what they look like and how they...
Because looks matter when it comes to a book.
Honestly, the whole thing like don't judge a book by its cover, like, people really do judge books.
Yeah, how can you not? Covers. Like, I am not going to pick up, like...
That's the first thing you see.
Just like a yellow book that has nothing on it and be like, yes, this looks so good. Now, if it has, like, an egg on it or, like, a slab of butter, I might get hungry.
That's funny.
And I'll pick it up. And I'll read it.
How did I get approved for this arc? Speaking of... So I'm reading Cold Eternity, which I shouldn't be reading right now. Cold Eternity by S.A. Barnes. And she writes sci-fi horror. And I'm about to literally... It's not supposed to be out yet, but I thought... I got an arc of this, and it shouldn't be out yet, but it might just have released. Let me confirm that with you, so that you don't get mad at me, audience.
I've banned myself from arcs until I'm out of my reading slump.
Banned yourself?
Yeah, because I'm like, I'll get an arc, and then I probably won't finish it for like 4 months.
Yeah.
Then I'll feel bad.
But like, so S.A. Barnes writes Ghost Ship, or Ghost Station, and I'm sorry, my phone is not working.
She's like the spaceship horror lady, right?
Ghost Station and Dead Silence is what she reads, yes. So it's all about horror happening in space. And Dead Silence was pretty good. I think I gave it like a 3.5. Ghost Station I gave a 4. That was bomb. It was so good. And so when I got approved for Cold Eternity, which if my phone would actually do what it's supposed to be doing, so it could tell you the release date, so you can get it.
January 23rd. Oh, January 20th.
That's when it comes out? Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. January 20th of 2026. That's pretty far away.
Yeah.
I thought it was
just wait
like next month.
A whole year.
Dang.
It's fine.
We'll start with her other 2 books, but this is essentially about a girl who is like running from a past life and who takes a job under the table in the black market, and like this is like in year 3050 or something. Anyway, and she gets put on this ship to monitor these people who were put in cryosleep because they either had like different plagues that weren't curable, like, or were like overdosed on the brink of death and were put under in cold sleep. So it's a whole ship full of these like
people, frozen people on
the brink of death in their life, and she has to monitor the ship. And, like, obviously it doesn't really go the way that she thinks it's going to go.
Alien Romulus.
I'm really hoping it gives, like, alien vibes. The last one was very alien, and I loved that. I really love a monster and a horror, but... So that's what I'm reading right now because I'm not allowed to switch my display book.
You have to give... Okay, if you switch, you have to give 500 points.
No!
To Samantha.
No, I don't.
I'll bribe you. You can switch if you give me 500.
Why would I bribe? That doesn't make any sense. Give me 500 points.
I just want to land on free parking again.
Oh my gosh. I need free parking because y'all are just cruising by.
But you need to wait.
I get people like you guys who can just finish books however. Like,
well, I haven't rolled. I have not rolled in a hot minute. Like, since I landed on free parking.
Bro,
I don't think.
You need to get
No, that's a lie. I rolled one time after that.
You need
but I'm like...
Time's a-ticking, man. Time's a-ticking.
I really want to read the Elsie Silver books. I'm kind of scared to read them.
What are those?
They're like cowboy romance.
Oh.
Like backwoods cowboy romance.
Backwoods cowboy romance?
No, I don't think it's backwoods.
Oh, Lord.
It's like...
That's very good. That is not...
It's like wrong turn.
I was going to sound like you literally...
What I meant...
reading.
What I meant is like
some niches
mountain.
shouldn't be public.
Okay, no, not like that. Backwoods, like back in the woods.
Back in the woods. Got you.
To be more specific.
Please. That is amazing. Please read your Back in the Woods cowboy western.
I don't even know if there's woods involved. There might be just
hilarious.
Deserts.
Deserts.
Desert cowboys.
Cowboys live in the desert?
Yeah, you know, like ride on the cowboy.
Oh
the
my gosh.
In the desert.
Plains, maybe?
Yeah, that's the word. Plains.
Oh my gosh. There's another book I want to tell you guys about, The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, that comes out May 13th. You can get this one this year. If you like Joe Abercrombie, he is the king of grimdark fantasy. His First Law trilogy is very well known. And this is a new standalone from like his First Law world. That's going to be another series. And so far, so great. I have the arc of that as well, and I have started it as well.
Every time I think about Joe Abercrombie, I just think of like an Abercrombie model.
Abercrombie.
And he's just like sitting there, like shirtless, with his like black and white picture on the cover.
And his swoopy blonde hair.
In the Abercrombie store.
What a
He's not.
Store.
Spoiler alert.
He's not?
I don't think so.
No, he's not. I mean, he
might be.
If he wanted to be. I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Is he a cutie pie?
I don't know. This is not a very good picture of him, I don't think. That's not a good
He's
picture.
actually probably like the owner of Abercrombie, and we're just like trash talk. You will never be able to go there.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you want to be, you can. But essentially, it's about all these misfits in society being the heroes. Like Kings of the Wild, it's giving that. It's also giving The Crew. If you guys have never read The Crew, I would highly recommend that. That was really funny. But it's all these like people who shouldn't be heroes becoming heroes to save the day. And I love that trope. So, is it a trope? Is that a trope?
Enemies to lovers.
No.
But
enemies to heroes.
Villains to heroes.
Villains to heroes. It's great. And it's supposed to be...
It can be a new trope just for you.
Just for me. So those are the two things that I'm like nosing around in right now because they were given to me so kindly by Edelweiss. I think that's how you pronounce that. And yeah. I also got The Radiant King by David Dalglish, which I'm very excited to read that too. And then I also got Nameless Things. David Dalglish. I'm so sorry. I can't pronounce it very well. That's a fantasy book. He's also a very well-known fantasy writer. He just published his first lit RPG. If you guys are interested in lit RPG, it's becoming popular. And then Nameless Things by Ernest Jensen is a horror. that I was given as well. So look out for all of those things later this year.
Bethann has all the arcs. I have banned myself.
I shouldn't, but I do. I'm almost through. I'm almost 20% through Cold Eternity by S.A. Bart, and so far I really like it.
So you guys need to. We just gave you like 5 billion book suggestions.
Yes, and things to anticipate.
What more can you ask for? You know? Nothing. There's not a single thing.
Not anymore.
So you guys gotta stay tuned to our Bookopoly competition.
Yes.
Be one with the competition.
Oh.
The prompts, the updates. Vote for Samantha. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. Vote for Samantha.